Hey guys, Mapletail here. Welcome back to my Year of Art Challenges, the series where I take on a different art challenge every month of the year. It's July, which means Art Fight. So today we're taking a look at the official prep prompts for this annual art gifting event. Let's get into it. I am the queen of over-preparing for Art Fight, so I was very excited when this bingo-style prompt list dropped. It's a list of 25 prompts, all meant to prepare you and your original characters for Art Fight. As for the drawing, I'll be working on the 4 prompts that were more about making new art, all while talking about the whole list. Let's take it from the top. Fill out some hit lists, and later on in the list is set up and post your own hit list. Hit lists are forms you can make and fill out to get your OCs seen by other participants, and I was already all over that. I generally fill out a ton of these throughout June, as well as making my own. I found a ton of cute OCs with mine, and have so many bookmarked. I really hope I can get around to some of them this year. Compliment a new user's OC, which I'll talk about alongside the prompts, welcome some new Art Fight users in, and ask questions and learn more about someone's OC. Art Fight is a lot of fun, but it can be super overwhelming for new users. It's a massive community, and the event can look pretty complicated from the outside. I mean, even I made an account in 2019 and didn't actually start participating until 2021, but I'm so glad I did. So I make an effort to encourage interested artists to join the event. And while I adore attacking my mutuals every year, I also love drawing for artists new to Art Fight, and exploring the huge variety of characters and artists across the site. I just want to make sure everyone I can has a fun experience with an event so dear to me. Fill out your team card and share, and later on is join a team. Again, I was all over this already. Team cards are these little templates you can fill out to show off which team you'll be fighting for. This you're choosing between comedy, mystery, and tragedy, as well as a few of your OCs that you'd like to see drawn, and what type of OCs you'd like to attack in return. As I mentioned last week in my Art Fight theme reveal speed paint, I've joined Team Mystery, and I'll be working hard to make up for our lack of members. I'll draw just about any kind of OC. Art Fight is great for experimentation, and while I attack a lot of characters well within my comfort zone, I also love taking the time to go outside of it. There's just so many cool and interesting character types and fandoms around that I don't draw in my day-to-day. This is a great place to just give it a try. As for my featured OCs, this year I chose Lura, my demonic magic cat from Wild Frost, Nova, my moon mage D&D kitty, August, my drow ranger from Baldur's Gate 3, March, my tiefling rogue, also from Baldur's Gate 3, and Essen and Willow, both from an original story of mine. I've also got OCs from Pokemon, Fields of Mistria, Sea of Thieves, Hollow Knight, Cult of the Lamb, and of course, Mapletail from Warriors. Create a list/drawing of your OC's inventory. This is our first drawing for today. I decided to focus these drawings on my featured OCs, starting with Lura. Kind of. I decided to draw a Pokemon trainer version of them here, as I've been meaning to design one anyways. I really wanted to draw them in a cute cat ear hoodie, and with their ace Pokemon, Indeedee. The hoodie featuring little patches to represent their usual earrings. Their inventory shows their Pokeball of choice, a Moon Ball, as well as a couple charms, the Frozen Heart and a Bell from Wild Frost. When designing this version of Lura, I added some icy teal to their hair, as I love Pokemon's new character customization options that allow for adding highlights. And I also included a few elements from Indeedee's design, like the winged eye makeup and the triangular nose piercings. I think they look pretty cute. And I've added them as an alternate form to Lura's Art Fight profile. Refresh tags on some of your OC's profiles, and later is refresh your global permissions. I'm pretty diligent with adding tags to my OCs to help me stay organized, and for other artists to be able to find them. But I did add some new OCs this year, so I made sure they were all tagged properly too, with their fandoms and character traits. And my global permissions are also pretty up to date. I haven't really changed the rules on how people are allowed to draw my OCs in a while. I'm pretty down for whatever, but I did give it a little look over. Set yourself goals for Art Fight 2026. Technically, I haven't really properly done this yet, so let's do it now. Doing some math, over the past 5 years, I've drawn 393 characters. So I'll set a goal to draw 107 this year to hit 500 total characters drawn. Also, if I draw like 108 attacks, I'll hit 400 total attacks, so maybe I'll try to do that too. We'll see how ambitious I'm feeling. Update OC connections. Artfight got an update not too long ago that lets you link characters to each other's pages, and you can write like a little blurb explaining how they're related. I did this the day the update dropped, so an easy check off the list. I am excited to see how everyone else has made use of it though, and I did end up connecting a few of my OCs to my friends' ones, which I didn't do initially. So double check. I think it'll just make attacking multiple characters at once a lot easier. Follow people you hope to attack. Yeah, all set. I'm always on the lookout for more targets. Create themed attack borders. Little borders you can attach to the thumbnails of your drawings for people, usually showing off which team you're on, which is something I do not do. I just know once I start, I'll have to do it every year, or else it might look odd on my profile. And I'm not sure I want to commit to that. And also I would have liked to just be doing that from the start. I'm already years behind, so... Instead, my friends and I made a themed attack bingo. I always love when people make these bingo sheets, and I wanted to try my hand at it. We thought up a bunch of prompts to inspire our attacks this year, and would love to see others play along too if they want. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check that out. Practice drawing backgrounds by drawing your OC's room. This prompt brings us to our second drawing. I chose to draw Moon Mage Nova for it. I'm not big on backgrounds, and that's especially true for interiors, so this was a welcome challenge. I drew Nova in first, focusing on their bedroom. I found a good reference and some fitting blue and purple color palettes for the space. I had them on the floor leaning against their bed. They're bedding in pale blues and a mix of purples. They sit on a starry carpet in the same shades. The walls and floor of the room much darker. A wooden shelf along that wall, filled with books, potions, and plants fitting of a magic user, adding cute little moon-shaped handles to it. They look out the floor-length window, stars dotting the night sky. More stars and moons up above, hanging from their ceiling. I'm pretty thrilled with how this piece turned out. It was fun to imagine what their room would look like, and I think the vibes are perfect for Nova. Decorate your profile with HTML. I've got a bit of a bone to pick here. Artfight recently switched to HTML for all the profile editing, and oh my god, it's been such a pain to figure out. Not to mention the allowed word count has been lowered, so a decent chunk off the bottom of my profile was just deleted. Some of it containing page decorations I wasn't able to find again, as the community-made assets page also seems to have disappeared. I know most of it is on the Artfight Toy House now instead, but not all of it. While everyone else was complaining about the clarified rules, I was mourning the loss of all the time and effort I'd spent on my page decor. It was a very sad day for me. It took some time, but I've figured out HTML enough to not completely give up on updating my decorations. I was even able to re-find all but one of the ones I used to use. Rip my little red hearts. I've started decking it out in all the mystery-themed icons I can, so all in all, checked off. Create an attack planner, which I'm going to combine with organize your bookmarks, as that's where I keep my attack plans. I've got a couple thousand characters bookmarked from past events, but with the folder system they added last year, that number stops looking quite so overwhelming. I've got a bookmark folder for all the OCs I 100% want to attack, mostly IRL friends, and OCs I simply must attack. The ones that check all the boxes for me. Then I have a folder for my mutuals, the artists I try to attack annually. Most I know from outside of Artfight. And then the Faves of the Year folder, for OCs I'll really try to get to, but aren't guaranteed. Then folders to keep track of my hit list, revenges, and chains. And finally, one for Wild Frost OCs specifically, as I'm on a mission to draw all the OCs from my favorite niche fandom. Add a trivia section to some of your OCs profiles, which I'm going to talk about with write some fun lore on your OCs profiles, and write down prompts/art wish lists to your OCs profiles. For the trivia, I've been working on adding a section to all my OCs pages where I show what Artfight teams they would choose. I thought it'd be a fun little way to show more of their personalities. For the lore, I've got a ton across my profile already, and I do my best to keep it relatively up to date. And as for wish lists, I love getting interaction art. So I make sure that I write how all my OCs are related and have a line in each character's permissions featuring which OCs I'd most like to see them drawn with. Practice drawing interactions by drawing your OC with a companion, which is the third drawing of the video. I chose to draw my characters Essen and Willow in their Fields of Mistria AU forms, as I really just love how their designs came out. So much so that I gave them an extra profile this year, featuring all the alternate universes I've drawn them into. I'm just always down to draw these two together in any form. My little guys. I have the pair holding hands, Willow giving Essen a kiss on the cheek. I gave them newish outfits, but in the same color scheme as how I've drawn them before. I'm just obsessed with that sunsetty hair I gave Essen and Willow's pale blue. Just some satisfying colors to me. Also doing some chibi practice as I low-key struggle with that. Something that continued into the next prompt. Give an OC an outfit based on the theme. I technically already did that last week, but I just had to give it another stab with my Drow Ranger and Dark Urge, August. This OC just screams mystery to me, so I did my very best to work out a gestury fit that still had darker vibes. And oh, did I ever struggle. Colors are hard, and I could not make these work for the longest time. You'll see me attempt a red and purple color palette that I ultimately give up on, adding a gloomy filter over the whole piece and saving that bright red for the highlights and some background elements. I'm much happier with this palette, but the bedroom and interaction arts are definitely my faves of the day. Last but not least, add a quote or lyric that represents your OCs to their profile. I already had songs or even full playlists linked for all my characters, so grabbing a fitting lyric from each was pretty easy and a lot of fun. And that's that. Blackout Bingo. Thanks for watching. I'm thrilled it's finally art fight season. I'll be recording a bunch of the attacks I do and sharing them in the coming weeks. I'm not exactly sure on how we'll format it yet, but I'll figure something out. I'll be working on filling out my own bingo sheet as I battle for Team Mystery. So happy art fight, and I'll see you next Thursday.